high school. This is the Sam Houston Coaches Show, presented by H-E-B, live from True Texas Barbecue. Let's join head coach Jason Hooten and the voice of the Bearcats, Carlos Zimmerman.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to True Texas Barbecue inside H-E-B. How are we doing tonight? Let me hear you. Come on. Welcome back here to the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. I'm your host, Carlos Zimmerman, and with me, of course, is our first guest this evening, the head coach of Sam Houston men's basketball in Jason Hooten. Coach, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Y'all give it up for head coach Jason Hooten. Come on, let me hear you. Coach, glad to have you back here on the show. It's been a little while since we've gotten to do something like this, and it's just really awesome. A big thank you to the folks here at True Texas Barbecue for having us out here once again. Coach, let's just dive right into it. Just kind of want to give you an opening statement chance to just talk about the win on Saturday and how things are looking going forward.
Yeah, I mean, felt a lot better Saturday night than I did on Thursday night. Coach Justice saw me first thing Friday morning, and she's probably never seen me in that state before. So it was a tough loss. You know, anytime you lead that late in the game, you know, you always feel like you should win those kind of games. And, you know, those are the ones that you look back on and, you know, you have regrets about. But it's hard to turn the page. I thought our guys did a great job, though, of coming in on Friday. Probably maybe even a better job than I did of getting prepared to play on Saturday. And, man, we played 30 minutes of as good as we've played in a long time. So it was fun and exciting to see. And, you know, a little bit kind of one of those circle games for me. You know, as coaches, you always have a game or two or three, maybe even more than that sometimes, where you circle those on your schedule that mean a little bit more than maybe some of the others. They all mean a lot, but that one is obviously a little bit more special to me, being my alma mater and you know, the place that I got my coaching career started and as a player, and so I was just a little disappointed that we didn't win by 20, but we'll take a win any way we can get it.
Hey, there you go. Like you said, you came red hot against the Texans, just shooting the ball very well. And, you know, despite, quote-unquote, running low on gas there at the end of the ball game, you found a way to win. Just what's keeping these guys motivated to bring their best to the floor like they did on Saturday?
Yeah, our energy was much better, but and I got to give our guys credit, but our crowd was so much better than it was Thursday night. You know, Thursday night you come out and it just wasn't as exciting. And then, man, Saturday, I thought when we came out, it was like 1,800 people, and it was really pretty loud and energized. And, you know, but we've talked to our guys about, you know, creating our own and, you know, not using any kind of excuses for sure. You got to be ready to play at all points in time. But I think just more than anything, you know, these guys have responded. It's a group that plays hard for the most part all the time. I don't have to motivate them for the most part. They usually are a pretty motivated group and been fun to coach. And, you know, when we play defense and we get after people like we did this first 20 minutes of that game, I mean, you know, it was 44-20 at halftime or something like that. And just it's fun to coach and to be around that group when they do that. And what I've tried to continue to tell them is when they play with that kind of tenacity, defense, and energy, that's when the nights when we really, really shoot the ball well. And, you know, we couldn't miss in that first half. No,
y'all really couldn't. I want to highlight one guy that just did not miss in that ball game, and you threw him out there, kind of threw him to the fire, but he took it and ran with it. Your freshman, Anthony Vishesh, he was so much fun to watch. 19 points, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, almost 4 of 4. Just I think he was cursed by long toes there. But what factored into giving him the nod in that ball game?
I can't really pinpoint anything. I think more than anything as a coach, you know, I think Coach Justice can attest to this. You just have a gut sometimes. He's practiced really well and played good in practice and done some good things. And yeah, I just kind of felt it, like, you know, just thought that I really did put him in there because I thought he would give us some energy and defend. He does that really well. You know, he's young. Sometimes the scouting reports and some things and mistakes you worry about at certain points in the game. But, you know, we got off to a good start. We were rolling pretty good. I also felt like that, you know, Javion needed a little bit of a blow, and I didn't want to go small there. Their guards are so big. They have an interchangeable team, 1 through 4. They're usually 6'5", 6'6". So I wanted to put a little bit of a bigger guy in there. And so, you know, Anthony's 6'3", 6'4", and put him in there, and lo and behold, I didn't have any idea that, you know, he was going to make all those shots.
Yeah.
That was the last thing from my mind, putting him in there for sure. But he is a he is a talented player, and he's really a streaky shooter. And it's funny, but when he made one, I just felt like he was going to make a bunch of them. And I probably would have played him a little bit more. He probably would have made no telling how many he would have made. But he's a freshman. He also came back in that second time. We ran a play, and he thought he'd just break the play off his own and drove in there and turned it over. So, there's a lot of learning involved in that. But he's definitely someone that's going to continue to get better and be a really, really bright spot in our program in the next 4 years. And, hopefully 3.5 years, because we got a half a season left. And I hope that is just the beginning of what he's going to be able to do for us from here on out.
So we've gotten to see you guys for 4 games in WAC play, and each of the wins and losses do seem rather similar. A bad loss on a Thursday night and then an electrifying win on a Saturday. What's factored into that from your perspective, kind of the hot and cold aspect of these first 4 games?
Well, I think you're looking into that a little bit too far. We've only played 4 games. I think there's a lot to be determined before we can sign any kind of pattern. I do think on the Saturdays what you've seen is just a team that's responded after a loss. That first game was an interesting one, being that we sat in the Dallas airport for 8 hours, and I've never gotten to a hotel room at 6 a.m. in the morning. But it was interesting. And, I thought that our guys were a little flat that night, and it showed. And so I don't know if there's anything to really just, lay that on yet. I think we got to play some more games. I do think that out of our 4 games that we have played 2 of the better teams in our league already. I do think Grand Canyon and Utah Valley are 2 of the best teams. And so we've already seen that. I think that, we've seen what those teams are like, and we've also played a lot on the road. So I think some of that stuff maybe takes to account to that as well.
So you guys face Southern Utah on Thursday and then Utah Tech on Saturday. Really the last strenuous road trip, if you will, for you guys until the WAC tournament in Las Vegas. And, I know today's Monday and we take off tomorrow, but what are you expecting out of you and your staff in preparation for these 2 ball games?
I had a good practice today. Today, Monday's the day where we usually try to compete and, do more 5-on-5 stuff, more stuff for us, and worry about ourselves. One thing I did do a little different today than maybe last 2 Thursday games was we started a little bit early on those opponents, maybe put some stuff in today, and I didn't do that today. We just concentrated on ourselves today. That's all we did. We kind of tweaked a little bit with some of our offensive stuff, and then we went against some zone today because we obviously the last 4 minutes of that game the other night we didn't look like we were very comfortable against a zone. So we worked on a lot of that today. And then we'll come in tomorrow and we'll start on Southern Utah, who's I've watched play twice already because they've played a common opponent. And so I've had a chance to see them and lay eyes on them already, and they're really good. They've got a great team, and it'll be a really hard place to play.
So you made a move to Vishesh for the ball game against Tarleton. Could you possibly give us a look into who might be seeing some more action like Anthony did on the floor against Southern Utah and Utah Tech?
Oh, no. I mean, we've got a little bit of a rotation going right now. There's 8, 9, 10 guys that have been getting in and getting some solid minutes, and we'll continue with that and then just kind of see how things go. I mean, we've got a long ways to go, 14 games left, and it's a marathon. It's definitely not a sprint.
Right. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, this is the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show on 101.7 KSAM and on the Bearcat Sports Network YouTube page. If you're tuning in, we're glad to have you with us tonight. Coach, let me ask you, this is your 13th season at the helm of this program. I mean, not to take away from past teams, but what has really set this season apart for you so far, even if it hasn't been a full season just yet?
We've had some good teams. We've had some great teams. This team has probably just done something maybe a little bit more special than most of those have, and that's, we found a way to beat 2 Power 5 schools in the same year. And, I think that probably will separate this team. As of this point, that'll separate this team maybe from some of those others. But this team has a chance to separate itself maybe on a different level than any team that we've ever had, and that's, I think this team can go to the NCAA tournament, and that's what our common goal is as a group. We want to do that, and I laughed with them in the locker room the other night, but that's really the only one thing that I feel like that I haven't done here or we haven't done here at this university yet. And I laughed with them. I told them that if we make the NCAA tournament that I'm going to retire and quit. They all started laughing. So, but yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I think that's what drives us. I know that's what's one of the biggest things that drives me, besides just being able to be with those guys and around them every day, you know, and just have so much fun with them. It's a fun group to be with. They knock on wood. We just don't really have a lot of drama. We don't have a lot of issues, no problems. These guys go to class. They do really well. It's just a fun group to coach, and then they give me everything they have every day. They let me coach them hard. You know, it's been fun. But, you know, to answer your question, I think that will be determined. I mean, can this team be the team that figures it out? And, you know, we can get to that place that everybody wants to go to.
All right, I'll throw a couple of rapid-fire ones your way. I mean, we've gotten to travel quite a bit. I think I couldn't even put a number on how many states that we've been to across the country this year. And, you know, this is my first time ever getting to do something like that. So what have you gotten to enjoy about the travel, seeing some places like Florida, and now this trip upcoming, our third trip to the Beehive State of Utah? What have you enjoyed most about it?
When we win.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like those trips are all great, but most of those hotel rooms all look the same. So, you know, I don't get out and do a whole lot. I know Florida was a lot of fun because I have my son with me. So anytime he goes on trips, it's always fun because we get to do a few things, and not as much as he wants to do. I mean, he wanted to go to the beach, and you know, he wanted to bring his tennis racket so he could play at the hotel. So, I think it was pretty neat the other day. We were flying to Utah and seeing those mountains, you know, and I mean, those mountains literally across from our hotel look like you could just run out there and, you know, jump in the snow, although it was probably miles and miles and miles away. So, but I mean, we've had some great trips. But I am honest. I mean, most of those trips aren't very fun if you don't win. And
right.
We've won a lot of games this year, so we've had some good trips.
Now, I know you're big into 80s music, especially in hip-hop and R&B. I mean, what's that, you know, that song or artist that, you know, you'll listen to before a ball game and you'll be like, all right, let's go?
Wow.
I try not to throw any tough ones your way.
Rapid fire. I don't listen to music before the game most of the time, although I do when I'm in my hotel room getting ready. Just whatever's on my phone, you know, just I'm pretty much an old school guy.
Yeah.
The music that these guys play before practice every day is interesting to say the least. You know, the problem with the music nowadays is every single song and every single musician, it all sounds alike.
Right.
There's no, oh no, coach, this is so-and-so. No, he sounded just like the last dude that you were playing on there. They all sound alike. I don't know how, you know, back in the 80s, everybody had their own little different way of, you know, genres, and everything was different. And, you know, so it's, I don't know. But I listen to R&B, and, you know, they all laugh at me because it's more of slower type music, and they're like, how do you get pumped up and ready to play? And I always tell them that with music, it's not as much as the song as it is the memory.
Right.
So, like, for me, when I'm listening to that music, I remember those times when I was a player and was having success playing and doing things. And so those bring back good memories for me, and so that's what gets me excited and ready to play. So, but I like all kinds of music. I'm not I could do without some of the guys they listen to now. It's all the same. It just sounds the same. I don't know.
Well, we'll hear from Quay here in a second about that kind of music in a little bit.
He's probably just right in there with them. You know, those guys are all throwing that out there, and I just would rather throw a little bit of Jagged Edge in there or something. I don't know.
There you go.
Quay doesn't even know who Jagged Edge is. So.
You played a little bit of Tribe Called Quest at the New Mexico State practice.
Really, really good group. Tribe Called Quest is really good. Yeah, and Keon, you know, Keon's from New York, our strength coach. Coach, they're from New York. Yeah, it's a good group. So Quay doesn't know who Tribe Called Quest is either.
He's shaking his head no, so I guess not. Well, you had to expect this was coming. All right, you got Dallas and Tampa Bay coming up. Dak versus Brady. Next week on Super Wildcard Weekend. I know exactly where your alliance lies, but who do you got after what transpired yesterday?
Man, I'm a very realistic, angry Dallas Cowboy fan. We have not been a very good football team since Jimmy Johnson left. So I have no faith whatsoever in my Cowboys. I'm going to be on that couch rooting and pulling really hard for them, but I'm just really disappointed in, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what? You never know. We could still win the Super Bowl.
You never know.
I'll tell you this. If we win the Super Bowl, I'll be really, really shocked, and I'll buy everybody in here barbecue.
All right.
From True Texas Barbecue.
You want to shake on it?
I want to shake on
it. All right,
it.
let's do it. All right, you heard it from there.
Everybody in here. Barbecue on me.
All right, there you go. All right, Coach, before I let you go, they just kicked off over here. They told me they would turn this TV off because I know I'll get distracted, but who do you got, TCU versus Georgia?
I'm going to go for TCU. I think, in a lot of these games sometimes it's the team that everybody just thinks is going to win, and it's usually the other team. So I think everybody thinks it's a done deal that Georgia's going to win. I think TCU is going to pull it off tonight.
There you go. All right, y'all give it up for head coach Jason Hooten here tonight. We're going to step aside and take a quick break. Joining us next here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show from men's basketball is the senior guard from DeSoto, Texas, Quay Grant. Stick with us here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show live from True Texas Barbecue inside HEB.
At HEB, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of HEB jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an HEB Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit HEB, your official game day headquarters, or use the My HEB app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. RE/MAX Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. RE/MAX Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
Introducing Optimum's award-winning internet, the official internet provider of Sam Houston Athletics. Available right now, right here in Huntsville, giving you the power to get closer to what you love, like, say, the Bearcats, and go farther through award-winning internet with 99.9% reliability, smart Wi-Fi 6 for whole home Wi-Fi coverage, and 24/7 customer service. Get closer and go farther. Call 1-866-9-OPTIMUM or sign up at optimum.com today. And go Bearcats!
You value your time. So does First Financial Bank. We know all time is precious. Me time, family time, play time. Important tasks like banking take away from that time. First Financial Bank's digital banking solutions place financial decisions at your fingertips in seconds. From personal banking to securing your financial wellness, visit ffin.com/your-time to see how you can take back your time. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. How y'all doing tonight? Let me hear it from you. I know it's a little small in here. There you go. Folks, want to let you know some of the deals that they got going on over here at True Texas Barbecue before we continue on. They are doing $1 off of Deep Ellum Dallas Blonde Draft, if that is what floats your boat. It's light, crisp, citrusy, American Blonde Ale. It's not available on Tuesdays, but again, $1 on Deep Ellum Dallas Blonde Draft. All right, let's continue the show here. Y'all give it up for the senior guard from Sam Houston men's basketball. It's Quay Grant. Come on. Let me hear you. Quay, my man, how are you?
Good. Can't complain. How about yourself?
I'm doing just fine. I mean, it's a great day and everything, and I'm glad to have you here on the show tonight. So I want to dive into your background just a little bit. Let me ask you this. What made you want to gravitate towards playing basketball? I'm assuming from a young age that's what you wanted to do.
I don't know. I always loved the game. Loved playing with my friends and just working hard and just, I don't know, I just always loved basketball and football. Really was one of my things growing up I just love to do.
Now, you're from DeSoto.
Yeah.
And you went to, now, let me make sure I'm saying this right, Waxahachie, right?
Yeah, I went to Waxahachie.
Waxahachie. So what are some of those fond memories that you had from playing ball back then?
Waxahachie, man. I don't know. It was always fun. Shout out to my coach, Greg Gover, my high school coach. He always kept practice fun, having it with the guys. I remember before every game, me and the guys, we play football on the court before the bus, before we take off, we play football with a basketball. And
Wow.
that was always fun.
With a basketball?
With a basketball.
That's intriguing. I'm wondering how that works. But,
we got down.
You got down?
Yeah,
All right, good deal. So you went to West Texas A&M out of high school, if I'm not mistaken, and then you transferred over to Wichita State, and then that brought you here. So let me ask you first off, what made you want to come here to Sam Houston?
First, just trusting the coaching staff, the culture. When I came on my visit, like I said before, it was all genuine. Everybody was genuine. Everybody seemed like they really wanted me here. So just came over here.
All right. What did you think helped you the most, getting to go through 2 other programs at the collegiate level before coming here for your senior year?
What do you mean?
Like going through the programs of West Texas A&M and Wichita State, what helped you just learn the process of playing college ball before coming here?
I'm not really understanding your question.
What did you learn from when you got into college?
Oh, okay.
And then the skills that you picked up at those 2 previous schools, and then being able to bring them over here, what were those skills?
Really just maturity within the game, like the game speed change, and just learning how to play within the angles and using your teammates and getting them in different spots, really.
So when you had your first visit here to Huntsville and Sam Houston, what stood out to you immediately about Huntsville and Sam Houston?
The guys, like I said, they was just genuine. All positive vibes. We all laughed, kicked it. It was an instant click for us. So felt like home.
That's good. That's good. And you always want to have that whenever you come to a new place like this, especially to come home to your home state as well of Texas. So what's that been like? The camaraderie that you guys have in the locker room and out there on the court every night.
We just play together, play for each other. We just genuinely care for each other. Like in the summer, we was out here working out. We was here early, and we just always bonding, always with each other. So everything's been good. The camaraderie's been good.
It's good. It's very good. And I see it every time I get on that bus. Usually after wins, I get to see it quite a bit, especially on that last trip. We don't got to talk about that, though. But all right. So I want to go back to the beginning of the season against OU. Your first game as a Bearcat, which was the case for you and some of your teammates as well. Back and forth game early on. Oklahoma got out to a bit of a lead early in the second half, and they held it there until late. And then you get the loose ball with 5 seconds left, and you're down by 2. What's going on in your head? We know what was going on in Lamar's head at that moment, but what was going on in your head as you were the one that had the game-winning assist?
Oh, we got to go. We got to go fast. So push it ahead. We work on it every day, trying to get some 3 points, and just found a shooter. He was hot, too.
Yeah.
So it helped. He hit a big shot.
And did that factor in as well? Did you think about maybe should I take the shot here, or did you just have that good senior vision to be able to see, like, oh, he's probably got a better look than I do?
Nah, just really taking what the defense gives me. I was driving, they collapsed, and Lamar was wide open at 3. Trust him.
And he smoked it. That was one of the best moments that I've ever gotten to see. So, as the season's progressed, you've gotten to see some big moments, but you've also had some down moments in this year. So, as one of the leaders in the locker room, just what drives you to keep lifting your teammates up and being vocal when the chips may be down?
Just knowing that, like, it's good times and hard times. Like Coach Hooten always says, like, it's never as good as it seems, it's never as bad as it seems. So we know, like, in the midst of a game, it's going to be a game of runs. You just got to stay together, keep going, and it's going to work its way out for sure.
That's good. Now, I want you to answer this next question very, very carefully because he's in the audience tonight. I want to know, he's giving me that look too. Just what's your thoughts getting to play under such a veteran coach and head coach Jason Hooten?
I love it. I love the way he just continues to push you no matter what. He brings it every day, never has a bad day. To me, he's always on it. And he's just going to push you regardless of the situation. Good day, bad day, he's always on you. Just wanting you to get better.
See, there you go, Coach. You're doing a good job. Doing a very good job.
Agreed.
Let me ask you this. Who's been a mentor to you in your basketball career, and how so?
I would like to say my pops and Coach Brandon. They all just kept me going. Coach Brandon, my AAU coach. I've been playing with him since, like, 6th grade, for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
How come? What did they help you with?
Always there for me. Just helped me stay level-headed, just picking different parts of the game that I didn't see, I don't know, and just learning from them continuously.
That's good. Now, let me ask you this. Just on any given day, when we're not traveling and just on a regular day, even when school's in session as well, I mean, what's your routine throughout the day from wake up to knocking out?
Wake up, brush my teeth.
I would hope so.
Most definitely brush my teeth, see what the schedule is like, probably go to class, get some food, probably got practice, get some treatment before practice, and after practice, probably get some more treatment, get some shots up. and probably hop on the game with the guys. Yeah, and then do it all over again.
There you go.
Just basketball, school, a little bit of video game.
I mean, hey, you wouldn't get into it if you didn't love it.
Oh, yeah. Love it, most definitely.
So I asked Coach this, what's been your favorite place that we've gotten to travel to so far?
Favorite place? Florida.
Florida?
Florida was fun, for sure.
For sure. I mean, it helped that we won.
Yeah, most definitely.
That whole thing, but, it felt nice in the middle of November going to a place that was still more to our climate.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your favorite part of, of those just those road trips besides playing ball games? Just being able to sit back, relax, listen to music, or listen to whatever the heck DP wants to say on any given night?
Really just kicking it with the guys and the coaches. I mean, we all get along really well. We're always laughing. And even in serious times, you just know, like, at the end of the day, they got your back. It's never no hard feelings about anything they say to you.
Now, I'll throw more rapid fire your way. We've had a very good mix of meals that we've gotten to have on these trips. I mean, what's been your favorite meal that our managers have been able to go out and get for us?
Meals. I mean, Texas Roadhouse is consistent. Yeah, I think we got a steak from there, some mashed potatoes, some broccoli, a little roll or two.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's the best. Now, I didn't really get to tuck into that Applebee's that we had on the Utah Valley trip, I believe it was. I don't know. Payne just had it sitting in there, and then I finally tucked into it, and I was like, man, this is good. I wish I got it when it was fresh. But
It was with shrimp?
Yeah, the one with shrimp.
Oh, that's bad. I don't eat shrimp. No.
You want to write that down, Payne, just for Quay? Just for Quay? Now let me ask you this. Since being here in Huntsville, I know they want to keep you guys to a strict diet so that you guys are ready to go for every given ball game. But has there been a go-to restaurant that you've been checking out here since you got here?
Nah, I don't ever go to a restaurant.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Chipotle, but would you consider it a restaurant?
Yes, I would consider it a restaurant. Yeah.
Okay. That's not fast food.
Oh, that's not fast. I don't know. We'll have to circle back on that one. I'll get with you tomorrow whenever we fly out.
For sure.
Now, let me ask you this. What kind of music do you just like to listen to before a ball game?
No Cap.
Say it one more time.
No Cap. That's his artist name. Yeah, you got to check him out.
I see what you mean, Coach. I see what you mean with the artists that they listen to. I don't even know what they're listening to, and I'm their age, so I'm not sure. But, hey, all the power to you.
I'll play you a few songs.
Okay.
Yeah, like.
Will I?
No, I'm telling you, you're like.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I will take your word for it. Now, let me ask you this. Casey's your roommate more often than not on these hotel trips, right? What's that been like?
Casey's a good guy. Casey is unintentionally funny at all times. And he just a good, nice guy, man. Like, people, you look at him, he a big, tall, you know what I'm saying? You think he just mean, but Casey's real mellow, real chill. He always to himself, smiling.
If we're able to get him on the show, I've noticed anytime we're in an airport and someone wants to take it's him. They want to take a picture.
It's always Casey.
It's always Casey.
Yeah.
It's nobody else. It's just him. I don't know if it's because he's the tallest guy, but I mean, I didn't factor that because we got Gio too. But whatever. I mean, whenever I see it happen, I was like, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Favorite athlete growing up?
LeBron. Yeah.
I could have expected that, but why?
I don't know. He like my childhood, Michael. I seen him do it all and doing great things. He just been LeBron himself. Yeah.
Never back down from anything.
Nah.
It seems like. I know he's having a tough year this year, but it's beside the point.
Honorable mention, Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
People don't get Tony Romo his props. Tony Romo, a legend.
I think Coach agrees. Coach would agree with that. Tony Romo, a legend.
I'm a big fan of Tony Romo.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite NBA team right now?
Nah.
Not right now?
Not right now.
Not a big fan of the NBA?
Nah, I am.
Okay. Just love watching it?
Just love watching.
What about the NFL?
Cowboys.
For sure.
We're going to Super Bowl.
All right. So you got them over the Bucs and Brady?
We're going to the Super Bowl.
All right. I'm holding you to that. I'm holding you to that deal that we had in the last segment, Coach.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
And all right, TCU versus Georgia. They're playing right now. Who do you got?
I gotta go with the Texas team.
Texas team.
TCU for sure.
I mean, that's right. DeSoto's up there, up in that direction, right?
Nah.
No, it's not.
Hey, Fort Worth. TCU and Fort Worth.
Okay, but I mean, I didn't know if DeSoto was up near.
Yeah, it's the DFW.
Okay, I got you.
It's not Dallas.
So TCU blowout, close game with the Bulldogs.
It's gonna be a close.
Close game. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Quay. Before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your night, anybody you want to give a shout out to back home? Maybe watching.
Oh, shout out to my mama, of course. Shout out to my nieces and everybody in my circle for sure.
All right.
Shout out to my teammates too.
There you go. All right, y'all give it up for Quay Grant here this evening. We're going to step aside and take a quick break. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification because we have to do that at the top of every hour. And then joining us next will be the head coach of Sam Houston women's basketball and Ravon Justice. She joins me after this from Van Wagner. This is the Bearcat Sports Radio Network here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show.
Eat 'em up, Cats. Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? Emblem Properties is here to help. We can help with residential, land, commercial, and even leasing of investment properties. I'm Sherry Barrett, the proud owner and broker of Emblem Properties, and we offer the customer service difference where our clients are number one. Emblem Properties focuses on you and your needs, not on our rankings. Reach out to Emblem Properties today at emblempro.com. Proud corporate sponsor of SHSU Athletics.
At H-E-B, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of H-E-B jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an H-E-B Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit H-E-B, your official game day headquarters, or use the My H-E-B app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
Touchdown! You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
On the field or just on the go, UT Physicians Orthopedics is with you during life's unexpected stumbles. We offer comprehensive treatment options, on-site imaging, and personalized care. With locations across the greater Houston area, you can find care close to home. Visit utphysicians.com or call 888-4UT-DOCS to schedule an appointment today. Better healthcare starts with you. UT Physicians.
This is the Bearcat Sports Radio Network on 101.7 KSAM Huntsville and online at ksam1017.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. Glad to have you with us live from True Texas Barbecue inside of H-E-B. Want to let you know, folks, this is something I'm going to be tucking into after this show. They got an Andy's Mint Chocolate Fudge Cobbler here.
Wow.
And it's baked in with Andy's Mint Chocolate chips. It might go right to my hips, but I don't care. I'm going to go try it right after this. So if you want to check it out, go over there to the counter and go get you some. All right, continuing on here on the Coaches Radio Show. Joining me now from Sam Houston Women's Basketball, and we're so happy to have her here tonight, head coach Ravon Justice. Y'all give it up for Coach Justice tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. There we go. Coach, let's just jump right into it here. You guys, it was a tough loss on Saturday, but you guys got to start off WAC play very well. Just kind of an opening statement on how the season's gone so far for you guys.
You know, I thought we had a great start. You know, we had a lot of leadership from Kaylee and Maddie early, and I just think that, you know, we started too slow in the game on Saturday, and it was very disappointing. But, you know, that happens, and you just hope that we bounce back, you know, with better effort the next game.
Now, looking at that Utah Tech game, just what were some of the bright spots in that ball game that you guys can build off going forward in WAC play?
You know, I thought Kaylee Jefferson was very competitive early on, and those are some things that we want to emphasize every night as being competitive, you know, making it hard for other teams to be successful on the floor. So I thought our fight was good. I just thought it was too late. You know, like I said, we had a bad start, and it's hard to dig yourself out of a hole against a pretty good team. So, you know, hopefully moving forward, we understand it as a program.
Now, I want to look back at the non-conference real quick. You guys had some really big wins in there. A big win over TCU. That's a big Power 5 win. People, don't forget that, folks. The men's had 2 Power 5 wins. The women's had a Power 5 win as well, 60-54. And then you guys kept pace with some tough programs, Auburn, UCF, Texas Tech, and Rice. Now, this may sound like a silly question because I know the answer to this, but I want to ask it for anybody that may be watching. Did you put this non-conference program together to get you very well prepared for WAC play, and do you think that expectations were exceeded with the way you guys performed?
Absolutely. We wanted a tough non-conference due to the fact that I didn't have a returning guard in the starting lineup. So without having that presence on the floor, we wanted to see what we were made of early, you know. Right now, the returners that we have that are factors were Kay and Maddie. So you want to have some tough games to see who you are, what you need to get better at. So having those early games that we had to fight and scrap just to compete was something that we knew would be important down the road. And unfortunately, since I didn't start in WAC play last year, having to take some time off, I wanted to make sure that we were well prepared going into this full season of WAC play.
Now, you talking about the ladies that you brought in 6 transfers, 2 straight from high school as well, and then you get Michaela Woods healthy as in the mix with your returners in Sydney Camp, Kaylee, Renee Smith, and Madeline Batista. Just what's impressed you so far about this roster?
I think the thing that impresses me the most, we're not very big, but we're scrappy. China's not very big. She's 5'7", Kemp's 5'6", Woods is 5'7.5". So we're not a very big team, but I think that they compete at the next level when we're playing really good. So last year I thought we were bigger on the perimeter with Courtney, Demaya, and things like that. So without the size, you want to understand how you're going to compete with those big old guards and things like that. And I think our kids does a good job with it, but being tough.
And now, overall, what are you looking to improve upon with this roster as WAC play goes on?
We definitely better shoot the basketball a little bit better if we want to win some more games. So I thought that's something we hadn't done well in the last 3 games. Abilene, we got off to a really good start, shot the ball really well, and I thought we died out a little bit. So you just want to shoot the ball better, especially with being a small guard team.
Now, I want to highlight one of your players that you did bring in from the transfer portal, China Allen from Nichols. She just brings that veteran presence to the floor, having all that experience. What have you liked out of her so far?
China is the workhorse. She's someone that brings it every day. She doesn't back down to competition. She's someone we knew we played against, who we knew what to expect when she got here on campus. So the 3 things that she brings, she works hard every day. She's a very positive leader, and she's someone that can go get you a bucket when you need it.
Now, looking at your veteran program players that you have in Sydney Camp, she's broken out of her shell big time. I watched her on Saturday. Just the 3-ball shooting is has been tremendous this season. And then, of course, you got Batista, and then, of course, Kaylee, who we'll have on the show coming up next. Just what have you and your staff wanted to see out of those veteran leaders going forward?
We made it an emphasis early for Kaylee to be more offensive threat than she's had in the past. Her role the last 2 years hasn't been getting a touch every single time, and we knew that would be something that we would need. We're not a team of a lot of returners, so she would have to step up early and often, and that's something that she's embraced, and she's tried to do it. I think with Maddie, we just wanted her to be someone who was really an all-conference player. She got the accolade last year, so sometimes you get those accolades and you forget who you are, and we need her to be really good on the board. We're number 2 in the country in offensive rebounds. So, we need that in order to be successful.
Again, folks, talking here with head coach Ravon Justice of Sam Houston Women's Basketball here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. If you are just joining us, Coach, you've got 2 big road games coming up this week. You're on the road against New Mexico State, and then you head up to Cedar City, where we'll be on Thursday night against Southern Utah. I did have a chance to see New Mexico State women's play before we got our game in Las Cruces going, and Jody Adams, she's got a solid squad. Just what are you going to be looking at of your team as winning on the road, especially with this season with the WAC resume seeding? How important will it be to get these 2 wins?
It would be crucial to win those games on the road. The biggest thing about New Mexico State, they have some really good athletes. They play downhill. They're a team that rebounds well. But what people don't respect them on is they have some really good mid-range shooters, and that's something that you don't defend a lot at women's basketball. So having that key piece is what's put them over the hump. They're not just a downhill. They're not just a 3-point shooter. That mid-range jumper is so important in their game. So that's something we're going to have to prep for this week. Southern Utah is a team that has been solid for a long time. They shoot the 3 really well. They're a veteran team. So, like we talked about in the locker room, we have to have a new focus. After losing a tough game here at home, we have to have a new focus going on the road.
Now, I don't want to sound too much like a broken record, but who are you going to be looking to specifically in these 2 road games to try and propel you guys to 4-1 in WAC play?
It's going to be a team effort, but Kaylee's going to do a good job in leading us. She's definitely the glue to our team. She's very energetic. There's not too much we can ask her to do. Maddie's going to be good on the board. Kim's somebody that's been here 4 years. She's only played 2, but she's been here 4 years, so she understands the importance of winning on the road and having a statement win.
Now, we saw in the men's game against Tarleton, Anthony Vishesh was a guy that came off the bench for Coach Hooten. Now, is there somebody that you might be looking to on the bench as well to step up in a huge way?
Well, Michaela Wood's been coming off the bench. I know that early on she started, but she's been coming off the bench just because we needed a different presence on the floor. Alexis Seaton's been starting in that position just because she's been really good around the basket. So, we're hoping that Woods come in, do her job, and do it early. She's a high-level elite scorer when she wants to be. She was Conference USA Freshman of the Year, so she's very capable of giving us everything that we need in that position.
Now, I'll throw some rapid-fire ones your way real quick. I know I asked Coach this before a ball game, what gets him into the groove of a ball game. What's kind of your routine before you go out there and play a big ball game?
Talking trash to my players is probably the biggest thing that I do before our games. You know, we go in the locker room and we just rank on each other a little bit. And so, you know, we give each other a hard time. But I'm definitely a player's coach. I have a great relationship with my players, so that's kind of what gets us going, is just chopping it up early before the game gets going.
I've never heard that before, to be honest. Just ragging on your players before a ball game. I can see how it can motivate, and Kaylee's shaking her head, so I'm guessing it works. It works. So you've been here, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to make sure I get this right. Is this your 4th full season with the squad?
I'm going on my 5th, but you're right. I'm 4.5 in. So
4.5 in.
Having to take a whole half a year off, so yes.
Gotcha. So since you come here to Huntsville, what have you just loved most about this community?
I think the thing I've loved most is just the family atmosphere. You know, it's definitely a place where you don't feel alone, where you have support and things like that. It's easy for our kids to buy in. We've been in a small college town and things like that. I come from a big family, so that loyalty and that feel is very important to me, and I think we have that here on campus and in our locker room.
Now, you guys gotten to travel as well, like we have with the men's team. Just where's your favorite place that you've gotten to go to this year?
It's always going to be a place you win, so Fort Worth is probably our favorite place this year, just because, you know, we got there, you know, got off a loss to Central Florida and things like that. So, you know, you want to go to places you can win. You never want to go to a place you can't win.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. I asked the Quay and Jason this. I mean, is there an NFL team that you align with now that the playoffs are around here?
How can you ask that question? The Cowboys is America's team. I mean,
I'm 0 for 3 today.
It opens up every day for everybody to see God's team play.
I'm 0 for 3 today. See, I'm a Texans fan, so it's been a tough go.
8-8 is great for y'all.
Yeah.
But, you know, America's team is the Cowboys.
What's that, Coach? Said it's a tough decade. More like 2 decades, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. We'll see what the Cowboys do. I'm sure that you guys are going to give Tom Brady a good run there. And I've asked everybody this. It's on right now. I'm watching it in the reflection. Just TCU and Georgia.
TCU
the whole way.
The whole way. I just told you it was my favorite place to play.
There you go.
So we got to root for them.
Even if you beat them.
Even if we beat them.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to having you going forward as well. It's going to be a great time, and I'm very thankful to have had you on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, y'all give it up for Sam Houston women's basketball head coach Ravon Justice joining us. We're going to step aside and take another break. Joining us from the women's basketball team is junior forward. I said guard on our radio today, but it's forward, Kaylee Jefferson. Coming up here after the break on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. RE/MAX Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. RE/MAX Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
Bearcat fans, get game ready with Barefoot Campus Outfitter, your one-stop shop for all things Sam Houston State. Going to games, going to class, or hanging with friends, Barefoot's got you covered. Show your Bearcat pride with polos, caps, tees, novelty items, decals, and more. With new items arriving weekly, Barefoot Campus Outfitter is located across from the University on Sam Houston Avenue. See you soon.
For any of your shipping, faxing, copying, or notarizing needs, get on down to Pack and Ship. Big or small, they ship it all. Conveniently located right off 45 on Highway 30 next to Hobby Lobby. At Pack and Ship, there are no lines. They have a kind, experienced staff ready to help you. Pack and Ship, happily serving all residents of Walker County and the surrounding areas. Pack and Ship.
At H-E-B, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of H-E-B jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an H-E-B Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit H-E-B, your official game day headquarters, or use the Buy H-E-B app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, come on, let me hear you here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show live from True Texas Barbecue inside HEB on 11th Street in Huntsville. I'm Carlos Zimmerman, your host this evening. Folks, I do want to let you know, if there's ever a time that you just want to throw something on after the ball game, you can let True Texas Barbecue take care of dinner. They've got party packs with a perfect flavor variety for all of you. Pack sizes available for 6, 12, and 24, and you can conveniently pre-order and pick up using the True Texas Barbecue app. All right, joining me now from Sam Houston women's basketball is junior forward, but she really is a jack of all trades. It's Kaylee Jefferson. Y'all give it up for Kaylee. Kaylee, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, I want to dive into your background a little bit like I did with Quay. Just let me ask you, what made you just want to gravitate to playing basketball?
I would definitely say from a young age, I mean, both of my parents are athletes.
Okay.
My mom played basketball at Arkansas. My dad played football. So I didn't really have much of a choice when it came to, like, playing sports, you know. So I actually started off, like, being more of, like, a cheerleader, dancer type person, and my dad shut that down really quick. So, you know, then I tried out basketball, and me and my brothers played basketball, and I ended up falling in love with it, so kind of stuck with it ever since.
There you go. So you're from Sulphur Springs.
Yes.
Not too far away from here. No. What'd you say, about 2 hours?
Yeah,
or so?
right at 2 hours.
So what were some of your fond memories from playing with Sulphur Springs?
At the time when I was in high school, all my brothers were also playing on the men's team. So,
Okay.
I mean, that was a really fun atmosphere for me, you know. And then just my whole family being athletes, I mean, we brought something really new to that town. So it was fun to kind of like be the first like highly recruited kids in that town, I guess. So that's probably some of my fondest memories is just being a well-known player in that town.
I got you. So you went to East Carolina, and then you came over here to Sam Houston. What factored into your decision to come home to the Lone Star State?
I believe like once my coach had got fired from ECU, you know, my plan was always to kind of like get back closer to home, back in Texas, and Sam Houston was on me really quick, and I made a relationship with the coaches really fast. So I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer for me.
Now, when you had your first visit here to Huntsville and Sam Houston, what stood out to you immediately about this place?
You know, it's small, but I mean, I like that it's a college town. You know, coming from Silver Springs, I mean, I have no problem with small towns, so that was nice. And then just my relationship with the coaches and the coaching staff and the girls, you know, we were really close right off the bat. So, I mean, like I said, it was a no-brainer. There was really no questioning that I was going to come to Sam.
So this is technically your 5th season with the program, if you want to throw the technicalities in there with, you know, red shirts and COVID and everything. And, you know, you're one of the leaders in this locker room that you guys have. I mean, just what's your message week in and week out to your teammates, just to help encourage them in their efforts on and off the court?
I mean, like you said, I mean, gosh, you're making me feel like I'm getting old here. But I've been here for a minute, you know, so I kind of just try to tell them, you know, like us girls that have been here for a while, we know what coach wants, we know what she expects, you know, so just trusting us, trusting the game plan, you know, trusting what the coaches, you know, have set in place for us, you know, of like from teams past to leading into this team. So, I mean, that's kind of just what we try to do every night, you know, trust what the coaches tell us, bring a lot of energy, stay positive, and play our game.
Now, I know it's been. I'm not trying to make you feel too old here, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with being.
No, you're fine.
Having long tenure. Just talk to me about what each season has been like for you since you arrived to Huntsville.
I would say definitely my first year. You know, it was kind of just figuring out as a young player, you know, coming into college basketball, just like how to even like stay in the game. You know, a lot of time, you know, you're not always going to find coaches that let you play through your mistakes. Thankfully, Coach Justice kind of let me do that, you know, at first early on. But, you know, you can't fault them for not sometimes. You know, you got to just kind of find ways to play through mistakes, find ways to stay on the floor, and knowing your role. In college basketball, I feel like if I can preach anything to young players or, like, even older players, it's like figure out what your role is and be really, really good at it, and you'll end up staying on the floor longer than you think.
And, hey, I think that's worked out for you very, very well, especially now into your 5th year with the Bearcats. Now, watching you on the court, I've gotten to see you guys a few times this year. I've never seen someone out there in all my years of playing and watching basketball who is literally not afraid to shoot the ball, even if there's a hand in her face or just a body trying to knock her to the ground, and it's got a chance to go in every single time you put it up there. Just, I mean, you're a shot creator, and in some ways that's kind of becoming a dying art in basketball is shot creating. What goes on in your head before you take that shot?
I mean, do you want me to be honest? Really nothing. I mean, I feel like I put the work in. You know, I stay in the gym, so it's kind of like I try not to think about it too much. I feel like as a player, I mean, I feel like other athletes can speak for this. When you think about it too much, that's probably when you're going to miss.
Yeah.
So I try to just, something my parents always tell me before every game is like, let it fly, So that's exactly what I try to do is just let it fly. If I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. If your hand's down, I'm going to shoot it.
There you go. That's all you can do. Now, talk business here for a second. You guys got 2 big road games coming up this week. You got New Mexico State on Thursday and then Southern Utah on Saturday. It's always huge to win on the road, especially now with the way the WAC is looking. In your eyes, what's it going to take to just come up with great playing 2 big wins on the road?
Obviously we have to stay locked in. I feel like we let one get away from us this past game, and so I feel like just treating this trip as like a business trip and nothing more than that. I feel like Coach said, we all have to bring a new focus and understand that getting these 2 road wins will be really big for us in WAC play.
All right, now I asked Quay this, and again, I'll put a disclaimer out there. Be careful with how you answer this. Maybe you'll catch her when she's not paying attention. Oh, well, she was looking for a second, now she's not. But anyway, your thoughts on just getting to learn under head coach Ravon Justice?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know. It's been nothing. It's kind of been bittersweet, Like I've had so much fun, just kind of like I said, learning how to play for her, learning how to play my role. She pushes me to my max potential every practice, every game, and I feel like that's a good thing. She's pushed me out of my comfort zone at times, but I feel like that's when you grow the most. So I feel like if there's anything I've learned, it's just like how to fall into playing your role and being okay with that. Every night it's not going to be you're scoring 20 points. Some nights it might be that we need that key rebound, and that's just what it is. So I feel like that's the biggest thing I figured out is learning how to play for her and learning how to step into my role.
That's good. That's very good. Who's a big motivator or inspiration in your life?
It's definitely both my parents. They're both athletes. They've taught me how to compete from a really young age, and then also my head high school basketball coach. He passed away now, but he's someone who definitely made me realize I had the potential to play at the next level and made me believe that for myself. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very awesome. What's your regular routine whenever you guys aren't traveling? Just your day-by-day life, going through classes and
I try to, so because I'm in the master's program, actually,
Okay.
I'm taking classes online. So I try to not stay in bed all day. So I typically will get up a really early morning workout, depending on what time we have practice. And then, I like to get to practice an hour before, get treatment and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm getting kind of old now, so treatment is kind of in my routine, I guess you'd say. But yeah, that's really it. I try to go somewhere outside of my room to do schoolwork, that's for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, really just, I'm always in the gym, honestly, yeah.
See, that's 2 things I wish I did when I was doing my bachelor's is, hit the gym and do workout outside of my apartment, which I think I got a lot more work done when I was outside of it.
I definitely do. I can say that.
So now, besides Fort Worth, y'all's favorite place, your personally favorite place that you've gotten to go to this year?
Yes. Okay, I will have to say Fort Worth was, just because it's very close to home.
Right.
The other place would be definitely Florida. I mean, I love the coast, so just being in Florida always makes me happier. But I definitely had fun in Florida, and being FAMU was a really good win. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Now, since you've been here for this is your 5th season, how about in general, where the favorite place that you've gotten to go to?
Favorite place? Oh my gosh. Oh, that is really a tough one. I really like going to Utah. I'm not gonna lie. It's really different scenery for me. I mean, I feel like Texas. We don't have all the bit. Literally, when we got off the bus, I'm like, wow, this looks like a postcard. So I mean, I enjoyed Utah. But obviously, anywhere that you win for me, any place we won, favorite place automatically. But as far as scenery and stuff I've never seen before, Utah was blew my mind.
Yeah, believe me, when we went there for football, when we went to St. George play Utah Tech, and for whatever reason, one of our photographers decided, hey, do you want to get up at 6:30 in the morning? Let's scale a side of a rock and see the sunrise. And I was like, wow, this place is incredible.
Yeah, I don't blame them. A few of my assistant coaches were hiking and stuff. So I mean, I can't imagine. Yeah, that's awesome.
It was gorgeous there. So. Favorite memory as a Bearcat thus far? I know you guys played in the Southland Conference Championship a couple of years ago, back when we were in the Southland. Just favorite memory?
Oh my gosh, my favorite memory was definitely my sophomore year beating SFA. That is still my favorite memory. And then obviously making it to that championship game at the Southland Conference tournament. That was one of my top memories for sure as well.
Now, since being in Huntsville now, I told Quay, I know they try to keep you guys on a strict diet and everything, but you've been here for a good while. I mean, what's your go-to place around here just to get a bite?
Oh gosh, go-to place. Okay, just no one let Coach Justice hear this, but I really like Cane's. I try to limit it. I don't have it a lot, but when I'm wanting to treat myself, I love Cane's. I'm a Cane's girl. And Chick-fil-A. It's hard to choose, yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're both very good, and they're right next to each other, so you're not sure which one to go with.
Right.
What kind of music do you like to listen to before a ball game?
See, I'm not really picky. I feel like I kind of go with anything. It depends on if I'm a little nervous before a game, I try to like lean on more like the chill side, you know. But I'm still like a hip hop and R&B type person. I really like Lil Baby right now. I really like his new album. One of my favorite songs to listen to is "For Real" by him from his new album. So, I mean,
see, at least I know who Lil Baby is.
Right.
When Quay said "no cap," I was like, who? Like, I know that's a saying right now with the young folk right now, but I was like, what is this? So I at least know who Lil Baby is, and I actually do appreciate his music as well. Do you have a favorite artist of all time?
Oh my God, favorite artist? I don't know. I mean, honestly, okay, I feel like I'm letting out a big secret right now, but I guess I'll let it fly. So the number 13 came from my love for Taylor Swift when I was like really little. She used to paint a number 13 on her hand, and I was like, oh my gosh, and like I stuck with it, and now it's like on all my parents' clothes now, so it's like I can't change it, you know? So I mean, I guess I have to say Taylor Swift. Right?
There you go.
People can hate on me for that.
No hate at all. I like her older stuff.
Yeah.
The newer stuff,
questionable.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite athlete growing up?
Oh gosh, I liked Kobe Bryant. I liked LeBron James as well, but then of course for like the WNBA side, I love Elena Delle Donne.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people might not know about her, but she's been one of my favorite players for a really long time.
Is she still playing right now?
Yeah, she plays for the Washington Mystics.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, I grew up with the Houston Comets, so I mean, watching Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Coburn, that was a lot of fun to watch, even as a young kid watching it. So, who's your favorite NFL team? Are they in the playoffs right now? Now, I know that a fellow Sulphur Springs native in Ryan Humphreys from Sam Football in years past is a Cowboys fan. Is it the same for you?
My family's watching this right now, and Coach Justice is right here with me. So I'm gonna go with Cowboys as well because I don't want to cause any problems right now.
That's fair. That's fair. So there's another team out there you just don't want to cause any issues.
Not really. I mean, we'll go with the Cowboys. I mean, we might as well. You know, you gotta trust them. They're gonna win at some point.
0 for 4. 0 for 4. It's all good. It's all good. And since I asked all three of them this, TCU or Georgia, who do you have?
Definitely TCU. I have a lot of like childhood friends that go there, so TCU for sure.
There you go. Hey, 4 for 4 with the Horned Frogs. I know they're down right now because colleagues of mine over here said that we're down, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
They'll make a comeback. They'll be fine.
I think they can do it. All right. Before I let you go, Kaylee, anybody you want to give a big shout out to back home?
Just a big shout out to my parents and my brothers. My brothers plays basketball in New York, so shout out to him as well. I miss him a lot. But yeah, shout out to my family.
All right. There you go. Y'all give it up for Kaylee Jefferson here this evening.
Thank you.
There you go. Kaylee, thank you for coming on, and I look forward to the next time we get to chat.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're going to step aside and take one more break. I'll let you know what's coming up here for both Bearcat men's and women's basketball coming up after the break here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show, live from True Texas Barbecue inside HEB.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
Touchdown! You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
On the field or just on the go, UT Physicians Orthopedics is with you during life's unexpected stumbles. We offer comprehensive treatment options, on-site imaging, and personalized care. With locations across the greater Houston area, you can find care close to home. Visit utphysicians.com or call 888-4UT-DOCS to schedule an appointment today. Better healthcare starts with you. UT Physicians.
Alrighty, folks. One last quick segment before I wrap up the show here today. Of course, thank you, everybody, for coming on out here this evening. I know there was a national championship going on, but I appreciate all of you coming out here. If you've been watching on the Bearcat Sports Network YouTube page or listening in over on the FM airwaves on KSAM, thank you all very, very much. I want to let you know what's coming up ahead for both men's and women's basketball. The men's team is going to be on the road against Southern Utah coming up this Thursday night, 8 p.m. tip-off Central Time, 7:30 pregame. We'll have it for you on 101.7 KSAM. And then on Saturday, same time against Utah Tech down in St. George against the Trailblazers. That game at 8 p.m. We'll go live with pregame at 7:30. On the other side, for women's basketball, as I mentioned, they're going to be taking on New Mexico State on Thursday night in Las Cruces. That game tips off at 7 p.m. Central Time. You can watch the game on ESPN+. And then on Saturday in Cedar City, Utah, they will take on Southern Utah at 5:30 p.m. That game also on ESPN+. And that will do it for our first edition of this year's Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. Of course, I want to thank all of my wonderful guests, head coach Jason Hooten, head coach Ravon Justice, and Quay Grant and Kaylee Jefferson for joining me here tonight. Join us next week. It may be a holiday, but we will be back here once again for another edition of the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. We will have, of course, head coach Jason Hooten back. We'll have head coach Ravon Justice back. And as soon as we determine who we'll have for player guests, we will pass that along to you. Have a great rest of your, what day is it? Monday evening. And we will see you coming up later this week for all the men's and women's basketball action. Then we'll see you right back here. Same time, same Great Bat channel on 101.7 KSAM and the Bearcat Sports Network YouTube page. Good night. God bless. And so long from True Texas Barbecue inside HEB.
Hey y'all, Aaron Watson here. It's great to be back on stage performing, and I'm back to let you know about First Financial Bank's Swipe to Win promotion. From now until December 31st, 2022, with every use of your First Financial Visa debit card, you will be entered into a drawing for a $49,500 certificate towards the purchase of a new vehicle. It's as simple as that. Start swiping today. No purchase necessary. Visit ffin.com/sweepstakes for official entry rules. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
At HEB, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of HEB jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an HEB Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit HEB, your official game day headquarters, or use the My HEB app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
Been the Sam Houston Coaches Show, presented by HEB. We invite you to be a part of the live audience at True Texas Barbecue next Monday evening. On behalf of Carlos Zimmerman and 101.7 KSAM, thanks for listening. And eat 'em up, cats.